Yo, welcome back. We're playing something a little bit different. Blue-green Affini-Form Yori-Bots. There's a lot to unpack in that name, and I'll show you as we go what that all means. But we are playing Yorion. We're playing Affinity and bots, and we are also playing some Neo-form kind of stuff. Uh, it's pretty out there, as you can see. We're gonna have a lot of strange opening hands that look a little bit like this. Um, but we'll try something a little bit different for once instead of the normal like color spots. It's fun, it's good. I'm happy with it. But let's try something a little bit different. I think this hand is decently good. Um, we've got our draw step plus the once upon a time. Um, so let's keep. If we draw a land and then once upon a time into a land, then we've got turn two tears, uh, which is great. If we don't, then we can probably thoughtcast relatively easily. We don't have a way to like use the prototype just yet. Like obviously the diamond's not going to net me an extra mana. Um, so I need something else to tap to this. So even a 0 mana artifact would actually be really good as well. The deck has quite a large number of zeros, probably the highest number of zeros you can really fit in the deck. So hopefully it all comes together. Okay, do hit a land, and then once upon a time. Uh, where is my once upon a time cards? What the hell? Hello? Once upon a time? What's happening? Sometimes Modo does funny things when you move the chat away. Uh Weird. Let's bring it back. Okay. Once upon a time is working again. So we have drawn a 0 drop, which would let me moon snare. Uh Alternatively I can just take the land. I think that'll be better. We'll find more stuff to use the moon snare soon enough, I'm sure. Let's take the coast, and we'll just play the prototype for now. Oh, actually, we should have taken um, the 0 drop and then played this, and we could have thoughtcast this turn. That would have been pretty nice. I don't think we're going to be struggling to find a spot to play the thoughtcast, so I'm not too worried about that. Um, but yeah, in retrospect, I would have done that. I think the Inventor's Fair is more likely to be important here. Um, Thinking about, I don't actually have mana vault in this version with the points configuration. I do have soaring, so I'm probably getting that, or I get Mopal. But then I'm one short of thought casting this turn anyway. The Sol Ring makes the most sense. And this cannot tap Planeswalkers, so we will pass. Next turn should be a nice one. Can't forget our boy. He's hanging out. Unfortunately, the bots matchup is not a spot where Yorion really shines, but that's right. We'll still make good use of him. I think I actually might be able to play it this game if we get a lot more mana. Actually, no, I'll probably just Forge. That's right. Yorion's more so for the grindier matchups. So let's go ring. Get 2 from Tez. Make 2. So I'll go play this. I think I need the Tez mana pretty much right away. Let's go with Fleshraker. And then we can also play the Mystic Forge. And then I'm thinking that's kind of a good engine in itself. And then we'll just use the Thoughtcast and the Thought Monitors to like unbrick ourselves if something is on top that's preventing us from continuing. This Cradle will be really nice next turn once I get some more spawn going. So let's just pass as is and be pretty comfortable with our position. Graham's playing the Dice Factory deck, so he's definitely got a lot of explosive potential. So he's going to grab a Tolarian, I'm guessing. Okay, play 9 Nexus. Okay, so he's going to have 6 mana to work with. Okay, if you haven't seen this deck, he can definitely win the game here. His hand would have to be pretty nice to do so, but this deck has a lot of volatility and potential in it. So, yeah, I'm not. We're in a great spot, but I'm not counting my chickens just yet. We'll see what he does have, because the start was quite slow, so I'm guessing the hand's pretty good once it gets going. It is scary, but at least there's not a lot of other artifacts in play to really pump it up and make it powerful. Okay, has an amulet, so he's got 3 mana to work with now. Nice, cool card. Big fan of this card. Right, let's untap. Game 1 live. Take our Cradle. And we'll see how crazy we can go this turn. I'm guessing pretty crazy. Oh, Synthesizer? That's pretty cool. I guess this, yeah, let's play it. It's a little awkward, the kind of disconnect between the colored spells and the Fleshraker, but that's okay. All right, these are both great, given that they're free and just kind of give us more mana via the Fleshraker, give us more damage and more creatures for the Cradle. So let's go Toppy. Let's yield to this. Yield to that. I think I'm just gonna play the. I could play Blistrom 1 actually. I guess it's gonna be sort of mana neutral if I do that because it's gonna pump up the Cradle and make the affinity cheaper. So let's do that. Can tap a spawn and then sack it, so that's pretty nice. Play this for what? Oh, I guess actually that I'm losing my spawn. Let's cancel that. Okay, get that down to 12. We're up to quite a bunch on our TES, so that's looking good. One of the interesting finishes with this deck is also you can just Yori on a bunch of non-token artifacts or artifact creatures and then just get a bunch of triggers from your Flesh Raker. You can reset your Tezzeret, trigger this again. Um, yeah, the Yorion's interesting, but I think it's got some potential. Ooh, I like that one. Does it have Summoning Sickness? Does, doesn't it? It does. Um, I think this is the most creatures we're going to get to this turn, so let's play the Cradle and tap it now. Well, not the most creatures we're going to get to, but the best, like, kind of juncture to do this. Cura's sick, but I can't play it off of a Forge. What I can do is assume this is just costing one. Yeah, we can draw it off of the Thought Monitor, and then play it with the green mana. Get a construct, get a bunch of counters on tears. Going pretty crazy here. Tears is up to like 9 or something. Played a land. Got a bunch floating. So I can Kiora to untap this and then make a bajillion mana. We just need something good to do with it. So I need like the Tez to find something big. I don't know my list well enough yet to know what the Tez fetchable targets are. There's actually no ballista, I realize. I thought the hangerback could kind of be good in this spot, but the ballista would be a lot better right now. I'm not sure. I think I'll play the Kiora. I think I know I'm pretty much always just gonna untap this, so I might as well do that for now. Let's minus the Tez. I actually don't think like pumping up a creature is that big of a deal here. See what Tez can find us. Candelabra sounds pretty nice. I think that's got to be the right option. Yeah, let's do that. Get a free amulet. Tez, I should be yielding to. Kiora, untap this one. Tap this for God knows how much, 11, sure. Moto's really struggling to know where things are meant to be at this point, but that's fine. Okay, untap. I only have 3 lands, but that's fine with me. Wait, have I not played a land yet? Did I miss a land drop? My brain's rotten from all these game actions. Let's draw 2. Oh, actually, Maybe I should have been more considerate of just Yorioning at this point, because that would probably be a kill. Maybe not. Alright, I'll Thoughtcast. Tap this for 1,000,000. Let's just go get the biggest artifact I can find. Okay, one of these has got to be good enough. I'm not sure which one, but we'll figure it out. None of these actually kill this turn, which is kind of crazy. I guess yeah, it's because we're a little bit blue mana pinched that we're not able to kill. I think otherwise we would be able to get there. Let's just go with Golos. Okay, keep it going. If we had a blue mana, we could go get a Crater off of this, and that would be pretty nice. As is, we can't do that. Am I missing anything? Not really. Big Golos. They are down to 5, so we're not far off. Get another 1,000,000 triggers. Oh no, down to 4 with the construct coming off. So if you haven't worked it out yet, I'm trying to kill this turn because they have the potential to combo kill me next turn. So what I'm going to do is get Talon Gates, phase out this dude, and then force them to chump block with the Urza once I cranial equip onto this one. Actually, I guess I might as well cranial equip. I try to cut off my Kiora, I forgot about that. This is such a sick deck. It's way too many triggers. I'm definitely going to time out this match, but I'm having a great time at least. Alright, let's see. Charge that. Equip this guy. You're not summoning so good, are you? Thanks, buddy. 15-1, nice. Buy this. And yeah, that's it. We'll just attack now. Still pretty happy that we were able to use all but 2 of our mana. That's pretty good going. Pretty much one more spell off the top here with the Mystic Forge. Would have done it with the Fleshraker trigger, but that's okay. I don't think they're going to be able to kill us with 2 cards and without the Urza. Most importantly, that Urza was, yeah, kind of scary for its mana ability, and there are some infinite mana options in this deck, so if you found A plus B for that, then the Urza would give him infinite, or you could just play put his whole deck into play, so that's pretty good. Tez does 11 counters. I think I have 6. I've wasted enough time already. The Orion's also nice to, like, yeah, flick at this, reset planeswalkers that have down ticked. If they've been hit, you can reset their loyalty, draw a card for this, flick your Golos. Like, you can, the Yorion looks like kind of a joke at first, but the more you look at it, it can untap a tapped Grim Monolith or draw 2 cards with the Thought Monitor. Like, there's actually a pretty good level of synergy with almost, well, most of the permanents in play that you can see with Yorion. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I know that like the bots deck, you always want to draw your pointer cards, and like this probably isn't how I would build the most competitive version of bots, but I can see some argument for Yorion being kind of nice. And the bots deck does often run out of gas when you have to mulligan low to find fast mana. and keep all the fast mana and not really have a threat. So like a 4/5 flyer, sometimes that's good enough. Alright, let's grab the Thought Knot, the Khan, the Battle Mage, the Haywire Might, the Bauble, um, maybe the Metallic Rebuke. That's probably it. As for cuts, I have no idea. Let's definitely start here. Ugin's pretty bad. What else don't I like? Uthros, I think, is quite slow. So it's a repurposing bay, but I do want to like really lean into the I guess actually if I don't have what 8-drop have I got to get off of the Neo-Form now? Oh, just the Craterhoof. Okay. The Craterhoof like is very good in this matchup, so I'm happy to keep in the Neo-Form. Um and the Birthing Pod as well, but I might trim the repurposing bay because this one specifically has to get artifacts, so I can't make my like Mere Enforcer into a Craterhoof with this one. Couple more cards. Maybe just one of these cheap 0-drops. I think this is the worst one. Um, one more card. Maybe just the Hangerback. Not particularly good. They're not really attacking, so I don't really get to just block with the Hangerback and get a bunch of Thopters like you might want to. Okay, what are we working with? Good old one land, Mox Diamond hand. We'll take them all. This is even fewer lands, but it does have a once upon a time to try and find us the next land. So I'll keep this. Let's keep land. This. Probably just drop the skull, given how we're 2 blue sources away from it. Okay, they got a Mox Diamond hand. Starting with an Everflowing Chalice. Okay. Okay. Not bad. I get my Mox Diamond back. Okay. Let's see what the Once Upon a Time offers us. Find a Breeding Pool. I think that's better. This is almost a 3-color deck with the considerations you need to make for colorless blue and green. So let's play Armox Diamond. I think I'm going to drop the Starforge. Actually, I never really need multiple. Oh, I guess there's some double blue cards, Neo-Form and stuff. Okay, let's just do this. And we'll probably just get Tolarian and then start. We can go Nettle Cyst next turn into Golos the following turn and really start kind of steamrolling from there. Academy. It's not a bad curve. Cyst into Golos into Companion. Oh, I should play what's that? one that says when you cast a 7-drop colorless thing, you can sack it and search for anything. That'd be really good in this deck with these kind of effects. Because you're playing 3 of this dude. There's like the original, the OG Mirror Enforcer, this one, and the one with Prototype from Brothers War. So you have a decent amount of this ways to get to 7 drops. I think I'm also missing Ugin's Lab. That's a pretty big oversight. Yeah, I should add Ugin's Lab. I'm going to do that. I guess I was thinking of these as like they didn't actually cost 7, so they didn't pitch to it, but they obviously do. So I will do that in the next iteration. Okay, that's a good draw as well. That gives us even more mana to work with. We might even be able to play both of these next turn. Really get the pressure going. This will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this will attack for 5 next turn, and then the following turn will attack for 12. So that's 17. We're a little bit short. Okay, found a Grim Monolith, so now the key is kind of live, so it's gonna make about 7 mana to work with right now. That's pretty scary. Hopefully he hasn't got a great payoff, but he was able to stock up and probably find a payoff if that was what he was missing. Okay, he's got a Mystic Forge, that's a good one. Yep. Okay. So I know like with this I can definitely play both. I'm just thinking, is there a way I can uh not spend the monolith mana here and actually save it for a later turn? 1, 2, 3, let's make 3, 5. No, we're gonna have to use it. Two, three, 4. Yeah, that's okay. I think I'm getting Saga. I could also maybe get Inventor's Fair, given how much mana I've got going. I think I actually do want Inventor's Fair. I think Saga's just not going to be impactful quick enough. That's where Inventor's Fair could be good enough. Like if we draw a Sol Ring next turn, we can Inventor's Fair and probably cast anything in our deck, as we're just making a Saga token really isn't going to be enough pressure to win it here. Like I might get Mystic Forge even. That could be good again. Oh, you used it. Okay. As always, Graham draws his Tolarian. His favorite thing to do. Yep. The Surge Conductor is a pretty sweet card. Don't know if it does enough. And like I guess in the Dice Factory version, it's definitely got enough spots where you can see it'll pump up your Overflowing Chalice. Oh, he's going to level 2 on the Saga right away. Okay. That makes sense. I guess he really wants to just go get Candelabra. He's got a mini Candelabra in the form of the Deserted Temple, so that's pretty nice. Now he's got the Power Conduit. Yeah, so he's gonna search. Assume getting Candelabra. Yep, makes sense. It's pretty impressive, this card. This is looking really good with this. Um, it's a shame there's only like this one and this one. Oh, you probably should have played this for one so you can proliferate on it, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, nice. Yeah, when you draw both of them, then this card looks insane. But if you draw neither, then like it would have still done the saga at least. I'm curious if there's like a really nice scales deck now with like every set there's a couple really nice artifact counter kind of synergy cards, and like this one's really good as well. So like at some point the critical mass of pieces is going to be there for the scales deck to really shine. Okay, we're at Inventor's Fairing, getting Paradox Engine, I think. Paradox Engine is really good if there's a spell on top that you can untap everything with, and then you can like use the Forge every time you cast a spell to like prevent yourself from bricking. But it doesn't. Like the Paradox Engine's really good when you've got like one other way to draw. Like if you've got two draws or two ways to like affect the top of your library, um, every time you untap after Paradox Engine, then it's really nice. But yeah, Paradox Engine definitely could whiff here. Instead, it gets Inside Engine, which is another very cool one. You could have drawn in response and then that would have been cool. Ooh, kind of scary, but we do have a lot of power to try and combat it. That said, if we just get um, a lattice, then we might be in trouble. Yeah, now he's yeah, okay. He's got sick. These are on like how much mana? 5. This one's probably like 7, so 12 mana. He has like 20 mana if he has a ballista. Oh, Aetherflux Reservoir? Sick. Okay. You still need stuff off the top. Like you can draw a card with the Inside Engine. That's pretty nice. But if that was a brick, I assume it was, and the next card's a brick, I think he's stopping here and losing all the storm count. Khan is on 6, so that's the thing. I can't actually kill Khan as it sits. Like he'll chump this one, this will block here. Khan will take 3. Might as well play that to get another mana. The board's gone ugly. So I'm gonna have like 4 mana spare. It's not great. I think I have 3 floating right now. Oh, I did not click on that. Right. Cast that. Should be pretty trivial for them to beat me next turn, I would say. Yeah, with the Inside Engine. Oh, I guess, you know, I still need the Paradox Engine that I was talking about. We got to get rid of this new card, but I don't think it's going to make a big difference. It's already done its damage with how much extra counters it's accumulated on all these permanents. Guns on 3. They're also gonna, even if they like whiff, they're just gonna stabilize by virtue of the Aetherflux Reservoir gaining a bunch of life. Tapper, nice. Yeah, Stellarian's making 15 mana. I think it's actually going to be surprisingly quick how it won't take long for me to get 50'd by the reservoir. Probably only needs to cast like 6 more spells. This starts on 4, right? To 40 mana. 50 mana. Just show me what you're getting and I will contact. Oh, inside engine, draw a bunch. This card's really cool. I don't think it's good enough outside of like this version, so you're having a bit of additional synergy with like moving counters around. Now this will be good enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's good. Okay, both games involve one of us putting 30 plus permanents in play, so it's a bit of an idea of the texture of this kind of matchup. Neither of us interacting particularly well and just kind of going way over the top of the other one. I almost want to take the Mind Break Trap. But also, if he's getting to the point where he's casting his third spell, I've probably messed up already. Just adding back in some things that are like fine cards that have been cut just by virtue of not having enough time in sideboarding. Give them another chance here to see if there's anything that should have come out instead of them. I don't think so. Yeah, I think I like where we're at. Leave him out. Leave this out. And run it back. I haven't got a ton of time on the clock. I kind of forgot how long that game one took, given we were just kind of in the passenger seat for game 2. This hand seems fine. I think, has it been every game this match we've relied on Once Upon a Time getting a land to be able to function, so it does have a fail rate, and it's doing it 3 times and hitting all 3 times actually is not that likely. So we shouldn't jinx myself. I believe it's okay, good. Okay, there you go. Graham confirms I've done it every game. Let's go with the coast, I think. I want to have that green mana pretty early to be able to Haywire Might. And I'm not going to play the Saga right off the bat. I think I want to hold it a little bit longer. That might be wrong though. Just getting the soaring out of it might be better. I was thinking I would like play this, cycle the companion, and then just go on the Saga plan. But I can, as I mentioned earlier, you can like go on the Saga plan however you want. Well, if you've got a Khan, you can already do that, so it doesn't really have as much utility. But now that we've drawn Tinker, we can think about pivoting our plan a little bit. We'll cycle this into maybe just like Kappa Cannoneer, and then try and kill in 3 hits. And oh, I can. It's pretty tempting to just kill this now before he gets the mana. Let's do that. We're on the play, and this sets him back pretty far, I would think. So, and we've got a good amount of pressure lined up with the Tinkerer as an option. So I think this is a good way to go about it. He might not have known, or might not have realized that that was gonna prevent him from even tapping it for mana that turn. Let's grab the blue source so we can maybe Urza as well. And we'll pass. Have a lot of good options next turn. Definitely gonna float. Go get soaring. Can I go Urza? No, I can't do that. I can go play Fleshraker, play Map. Um, Probably just crack Map and go get Tolarian. And then next turn just have... Oh, okay, that's pretty bad for us. Alright, not bad. The willingness to hold on to the pedal there instead of keeping the Urza means Khan probably. Oh no, this card. Okay. That card's not too scary. That's a nice draw. Play that. That's something good to actually put into the Tinker now, which is, I kind of actually needed that. Let's go Urza. Blue. Go the blue. Take this. Actually, could I go Khan as well? That's up to 4. That would be 1 short. Let's just do the Tinker in that case. Maybe Cannoneer. And we'll just pass after that. And then next turn we can use the Confluence to pump. This represents 9 damage if you've got enough creatures with toughness to like do the power inversion, so like minus toughness plus power. So I'll probably go for that. Again, he could combo here, but he'd need to run pretty hot with only 2 cards left after this key. Definitely need like maybe the engine. No, that'd be quite hard to get there. Khan wouldn't be too bad. Just kills the construct, makes some blockers, sure. Can I cast this? Yeah, get my token at least, so that's worthwhile. It's not going to enter for the... I know it doesn't actually come in, so this guy's not going to get anything. I can play this actually to get the unblockable. Let me yielding to this. Make a token. That'll deal the damage, make this unblockable. Let's go to combat, attack with these. And I would be very surprised if he chump blocks the Urza. Okay, cool. So now we can do this to pump. Pump and make a spawn. Actually, yeah, pump, pump, and then we'll flicker the Khan. Oops. This. Pump, pump, flicker. Yep. That should be lethal. Plenty of time to spare. 18 seconds, heaps of time. Cool, that was a match. Yeah, fun. Always a fun matchup because we both just kind of get to do our own thing and a bit of solitaire, but also a bit of a little bit of interaction along the way to keep it exciting. I'll do a little bit of a deck tech as well, just to show the deck in its entirety. The deck has got 80 cards, so it is a bit tricky to watch like 3 games and know exactly what we're talking about. But yeah, as I said, there's a lot going on. We're talking blue-green Affini-Form Yori-Bots after all. There's plenty of different angles of attack in the deck. And yeah, the Yorion is probably, this wasn't actually the initial plan for the deck, but I just put, I wanted to do the mirror or the 7 mana affinity artifacts Neo form into a big thing. And that shell kind of promoted me to just put a lot of cards in the deck. You need to play a lot of like zeros to accommodate all the go wide stuff that I wanted to do as well. Like the Cradle plus the Tellurian really wants you to go wide, and if you're in blue and green, then you can do the Neoform stuff as well. So it all kind of points you to playing a very large deck. So the Yorion found its way in, and I think it's not bad. The deck's actually pretty high card quality, despite being 80 cards. And honestly, like if I was playing 4 of these Mirror Enforcers in like a 60 card deck, there probably would kind of be the wrong distribution of these. Like I would be drawing too many of these too often. Um, Same for like the weird zero drops. Like there's actually enough of each kind of effective card that you really don't mind diluting the deck a little bit. The only spot that you're really losing out in that respect is you're not drawing your Sol Ring as often or your Tellurian, which does sting. Like your pointer cards are very good. The points of the deck are the Tellurian, Sol Ring, Saga, and Tinker. Um, we put Ugin's Lab in. That is a must include. But yeah, there's you can see all the different strategies and how they interact pretty well with one another. And there's a lot of glue cards that kind of bring them all together. Like the Kiora is good when you've got an active Cradle or a Tolarian, and also works very well when you're pumping out a bunch of cheap 4/4s. So um, there's a lot of cards that are like a little bit strange looking. They're not really stock that you would expect to see. Like I know this card's good in Eldrazi, but when you look at it in this deck in this context, it's yeah, it really does kind of shine, and you can see how each of the different strategies kind of comes together here. You got Tez and Ugin as well to round out the rest of the Planeswalkers. Um, First creature is the Craterhoof, so I guess that might bring me to the point of talking about the Neoform package. So the Neoform, the Birthing Pod, and the Repurposing Bay are your like three ways that you can turn a 7-drop into an 8-drop. Notably, the Repurposing Bay doesn't turn a 7-drop into a Craterhoof, but it does turn it into a Sunring Titan, which is usually good enough. Um, and if Sunring Titan's not good, you can bring in the Sphinx of the Steelwind to do that alternatively. Um, but yeah, you're trying to get down one of these 7-drops quickly, Neoform it into a Craterhoof, and then have like 2 or 3 other creatures laying around from the Ornithopters or like little 1/1 drones from the Pinnacle Emissary. Just get a few dudes in play, utilize those to pump up your Metalcraft, your Tolarians, your Cradles, um, run out the Mirror Enforcer quickly, and then you can get the Craterhoof to seal the deal. Um, so that's the kind of inspiration, and that's what we're going for here. And then yeah, everything else in the deck is just there to complement that, and just generic good blue green artifact strategy cards. So nothing you wouldn't expect to see in a blue artifact deck like Emery. I really like Gadgeteer, Cannoneer, Urza, Thought Monitor, all just kind of mainstays in that sort of an archetype. Um, I think this deck makes really good use of Pinnacle Emissary as well, an exciting new card from Edge of Eternities. So going this into like a couple 0-drops, and then now your Cradle's tapping for 3 mana on turn 2. There's a lot of fun, interesting strategies and lines that you can put together with this deck. And yeah, it seems fun. I really liking a bit of different take on the bots deck, not just purely ramping out as quickly as you can a lot of power, but having a bit more play with like tinkering for the right piece, or um, a bit more interaction as well in the form of like this suite of cards. And yeah, a bit more toolboxy as well, thanks to the Birthing Pod. Um, or the Neoform Birthing Pod kind of stuff. So yeah, there probably is a bit of work still needed on the deck to get the pod chains making more sense, because like you got the Repurposing Bay and the pod, which are effectively the same in a lot of spots. So um, like I don't know if oops, like my 2-drops, you can go from yeah, you can't pod a 2-drop because there's no 2-drop creatures, but you can like I think there's some 3-drop creatures which you could pod into a 4-drop like an Urza. One of the things I really want to do, and like yeah, you'll see a lot of interesting lines with this deck as you kind of look at it more. But one really cool one is you can go like Pinnacle Emissary, pod it into Urza, so you can have like pretty much a 1 mana, or you can cheat out an Urza really quickly with that. Um, your 5-drop is the Golos, 6 you go up to Cannoneer, And then 7, you got all of these guys. So if you're doing the pod chain, then you just take the third monet and draw 2. And then you've got a couple of options for your 8. Um, yeah, I don't love that the repurposing bay can't go from 7 to an 8 that is effective. Like if the Sundering Titan's not good, then that strategy falls apart a little bit if I'm doing it repurposing bay. Um, but you can put in like Platinum Empyrean, Cityscape Leveler. There's a few options for your 8 drop that you could try and mess around with. So yeah, we'll see if it comes to that. What else have we got? Here's the artifact suite. Another like sub theme of the deck is cranial plating tribal. You got the Omni tool, the plating, and the cyst. Um, it's you can see how wide the deck goes with all of the little like emissaries and clown cars and walking ballistas and all that. So the cranial platings are pretty pumped up. And also another cool benefit of it, there's a few people who have said it in the Discord. I can't remember who said it, this specific comment, but you can like put a cranial plating on a token and then station an Uthros or the other 2 lands that are stationable. This Uthros and the Avendo, and really like turbocharge these and make them turn this one into another guy's cradle and this one into another Tolarian, with relatively low opportunity cost to do so. So I also like that kind of strategy as well. Like the cranials fit the go wide strategy and complement the stationing stuff. The go wide works well with the cradle. The cradle works well with the cradle hoof. Like it all kind of ties together, despite not looking like it makes any sense at first glance. Um, so yeah, pretty sick deck. Is it the most competitive? That's yet to be seen. But yeah, I'm gonna give it a few more tries. You'll probably see some more videos coming up soon with it. Um, Here's a quick look at the sideboard for those who wanted to have a look, but nothing too out of the ordinary here, except for the Sphinx as a tinker target slash pod chain topper. But yeah, that's the deck. This is the first day I've put it together. Like this is not a well-tested pile of cards, so if you've got any feedback or suggestions for the deck, or if you just want to say you love it, then leave a comment, let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks, bye.